Hey Wiki Hunters, welcome back to the Wiki Hunt Photography YouTube channel. For those of you who haven't met me yet, my name is Stanley from the Wiki Hunt Photography. Now, in this channel, I talk about anything from photography, lifestyle, and entrepreneurship. So, if that is your forte, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you get notified when I put out the next video. And I try to put out a video every single week. And today in this episode, I want to share with you why I don't shoot in manual mode. Okay, I lied. I do shoot in manual mode, but it is literally um, the last resort in my photography workflow. When I started photography, the first thing that people told me was, "Hey, Stanley, do you know how to shoot manual? Have you learned how to shoot manual? You have to shoot in manual." I get it. So, when I started photography, when I first got my DSLR and shoot with, actually, I started with a mirrorless or a compact camera. When I started with that, I get quite obsessed with the manual mode. I learned every single thing that I need to know about manual mode, and I learned very quickly because I was obsessing over it. Now, for that reason, I became a really good camera expert. However, being a good camera expert doesn't make you a great photographer. Let that sink in for a little bit. Just because you know how to operate and know every single settings in your camera, you are not a great photographer. Why? Because photography is more than just operating your camera. Yes, knowing to operate your camera is very important because it is the tool of the trade. It is the thing that will help you to translate what you see into a beautiful photograph. However, you still need to point it at the right direction. You still need to compose it the right way. And you still need to exclude and include the right thing in your photograph. But I digress and let's go back why I don't shoot in manual mode. For a simple reason that when you shoot in manual mode, you will miss out on a lot of precious moment. So what I mean by that, for example, I shot on shutter speed priority when I'm out shooting subject that are moving. For example, wildlife, sports, racing like car racing, or even people who are walking around the park, around the city, and so forth. Why? Because when I'm shooting a moving object, the main priority is the shutter speed. Now, if I don't get an optimal shutter speed, everything else, my photo will be blurry, and for that reason, I might as well throw away that photo. It becomes unusable unless you do it on purpose for artistic reason, obviously. But if you get a blurry photo, if you try to take a portrait photo and it's blurry, you can't really use that photo. That's not what the photo is intended for, and that's why I shot. For that reason, I shot on the and shutter speed priority. And another example, if I'm shooting a landscape, I want to make sure I'm setting up the the aperture, and I focus on my aperture. Why? For the reason because the sharpness in my depth of field is the priority of my photo. So it's really important that I set the right aperture in my photo. Well, there you have it, everyone, and hopefully you can see that there are more to manual mode in your camera. At the end of the day, your camera are there to help you. It's just a tool to capture the photo that you want to do. So, if you don't need to shoot in manual mode, why would you? You will actually miss a lot of moment in your photography when you shoot in manual mode. Well, thank you very much for tuning in, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below if this single tip helped you in your photography. Until next time.